Hi guys, welcome to Crystal Raven Tarot. This is going to be the full moon read for all signs. It's a pick a pile read. So you pick a pile, pick a stone, whichever is better for you. And we will just be doing 3 spreads on this read, okay? At the end, I'll do the karma cards for the overall on basically what was wrapped up during this time frame, okay? I've shuffled and put everything down off camera to save time for you guys. And let's see, I do believe also we are taping this in the evening, so there's no natural light, so I apologize that it may be a little bit less of the quality, but I had to get the message out. This is the way it is, right? It just can't plan these things. So I am using multiple different decks today. I am using the Enchanted Map, I am using the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, I am using the Kipper deck, I am using the Twin Flame Shadows by Mystic Moon, and the Gilded, and the Spellcasters, and the In-Between. There we go. Okay. Had to make sure I could say all those so everybody gets their credit. Alright, let's get started, guys. Spirits that guide me, angels to protect me, goddesses and my God, thank you so much for being here with me and helping me through this and helping me with the energy and seeing the visions, the messages that need to come out right now. Help me to see and speak clearly and to get the messages out to the people who need them. Thank you so much again for everything. Thank you. Alright guys, so we are going to do the quartz crystal first, and then the amethyst, and then the moonstone. And with the enchanted map, I do read the description, okay guys, but it is 1 card. So what do we got in this pile? For pile number 1, quartz crystal, we've got coming apart 46. That breaks down to a 10, which is endings to brand new beginnings. Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands, the 5 of Swords, 4 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, irresponsible, escapist, stagnant, false person, occupation, and then your advice. So, wow, okay. Okay. So okay. First of all, coming apart, definitely, I mean, we don't have to really clarify that, right? I mean, I'm going to read it, but it's, you're going separate ways. Something is ending and you're starting something different. The Page of Wands going into 9 of Wands, that is like really excited. That's, okay, now I know which direction I want to go. I've elevated, I've graduated, I learned that lesson, time for a new chapter in my story. But it's like, okay, it's hard to explain this because you got the 5 of Swords, the 4 of Wands with the 5 of Pentacles. This is like conflict and arguments and defensiveness and not actually even having good communication. A foundation is being broken, and somebody's, with the 5 of Pentacles, something is being physically changed in the environment. Okay, the 5 of Swords can also be just mental anguish and how you're going to try to maybe defend whatever is going on here, because with the irresponsible, escapist, and stagnant, that's kind of the energy that's being worked through during this time, and it's trying to, it's interesting. Whoever's in this energy of feeling like they're the irresponsible one in the relationship, they they can't stand when things get kind of stagnant. There's no movement, and they just don't talk, and they're just getting away from it. The problem I'm seeing here is with an occupation in the false person. Okay, so I feel as if like this could have been something at work, and it has destroyed a relationship. There's a foundation that was not handled well, and it could definitely be with this Page of Wands. It could be a brand new passion or something like that, and having to defend what that is and leave where you're at. It could even be leaving a job. The Five of Pentacles can be the job with the occupation and the false person. And it could also be that you met this person at work, okay? Give me just a second. I forgot to turn the fan off, guys. That'll be much better where you can hear me better. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so what is the advice, guys? We've got Brown Bear Spirit. Take a time out, number 9. Take a breath, right? Just breathe a second. Take a time out. You don't have to rush to get things done. If it's a number 9, you're ending things. So take your time to do it, right? 28, breaking down to a 10, which is endings and beginnings. Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. Whatever is going on that needs to be handled, that needs to be taken care of, that needs to be moved away from the situation, needs to be cleared out, needs to do that. And it's emotional. It's like clear out whatever emotional stuff needs to be cleared out. 64, Jiminy Christmas, guys, another 10. Wasp Spirit, sometimes life stings. It does sometimes, man. It really does. And if this foundation was broken, and there was like some falsehood at work, and there was maybe some little bit of some passion stuff going on, a little bit of some ideas and all this, and the person just seemed to be extremely defensive and couldn't hold the foundation together. The last advice card you have is Dove Spirit, 21, that breaks down to 3. Be peace. So no matter what the situation is, guys, Spirit is asking you, even if this is a third party, which let me tell you guys, with all the Mercury retrograde, all of the planetary aspects and the stuff that's happening right now, past stuff is going to be coming back, and it's stuff that we just got to deal with and heal and move forward from. And sometimes that is walking away from something. It could be walking away from, like I said, a person, place, or thing, or an idea, a concept, a thought that you thought was real in life, and you figured out it wasn't. Something to that nature, okay? Clearing out the emotional clutter, be peace. Try not to allow any type of anger to come up. I'm sure there are a lot of reasons to be angry, but just remember to take a time out. Yes, this might suck, but be peace, because Spirit has a plan, and purge, clear out that clutter, guys. All right, so that's the advice. Just you got 2 10s, you got a 9, 2 10s, and a 3. Complete stuff. Take a breath, clear out all that stuff, all that emotional stuff, all the stuff that hurts. It's time to heal and be peace through all of it. Okay, guys, that's number 1. That was good. Yes, I know that this, some of it may not be exactly the way that we would want, right? But that may be some clarification for somebody, as far as like if there's something going on, if your spouse is being irresponsible. Well, it said they were. So if you picked number 1, number 2 is the Amethyst. Let's see what pile number 2 has in store. Oh, and I said I was going to actually read that, didn't I, about the coming apart? I guess I'm not going to need to, actually. I'm not going to need to. Metamorphosis. Oh, snap. Metamorphosis. 25, that breaks down to 7, which is divine. It's meant to happen. The transformation was supposed to happen. We got... We got the 2 of Swords that goes into the 3 of Swords. Decisions that are being made to actually go into heartbreak. 4 Swords. Yeah, it's actually walking away from something, making a decision to walk away, and it will emotionally hurt, to go into a very restful period where you can think clearly, you're building better ideas for yourself, you're building creative ideas, you're just stopping a second and you're figuring out where it is you want to go from here. We got the Knight of Pentacles after that, which everybody knows is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Figuring out what you want to do. Look, Seven of Cups after the Knight of Pentacles. So really, really contemplating on what it is that you want as far as emotionally and what you are wanting as far as stable goes. And it seems slow. It seems like there's not a whole lot going on, and it seems very confusing. No wonder there's a Two of Swords with the Four of Swords. Stepping away from stuff to just go with it and mentally think about some things. This seems like a much more masculine energy on this one than the last deck. Now, of course, the last spread could be both, but this just feels like a much more masculine energy. We've got void, emptiness, and unavailable. Holy cow, guys. Okay, and to clarify all of this, number 7, message. 26, breaking down to an 8, which is great fortune. And number 5, mature man. Wow, okay. Let me look at this just a second, guys. What's the advice, Spirit? Okay, number 6, Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Number 2, Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. And number 17, breaking down to an 8, Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. Okay, so what this is telling me is there's a energy of knowing there's growth coming. Walking away from anything that is not serving you, even if it emotionally is painful. And going into a restful period to build for yourself and getting out of the confusion and understanding there's a lot of options. You have a lot of options. There's a lot of great things coming, but understanding that you're walking away from the things that are maybe toxic, or there's just energies that don't work together. So you go into a restful period, and either you are dealing with these issues or the person you're dealing with are dealing with the fact that they're void, they're empty, and they're unavailable. It's like you put all this energy into something that seemed lifeless, okay? And with this message, you could literally have gotten something in the mail, okay? This could definitely just be even, yeah, okay, just paying bills. But this void card right here, it's like just paying bills, doing your thing, working, doing what you gotta do to survive. But the metamorphosis breaks down to 7 as well with this message. It's like, I think that even if this isn't something that comes in the mail, on the phone, or text message, whatever, even if that does not happen at all, which it kind of more likely is, I do believe that Spirit actually comes in and shows somebody a message, in a sense, that they have been unavailable and void and just totally absent in the whole situation, okay? So with that, the emptiness inside actually becomes something of a great fortune. And I think that the reason that is because whoever is walking away to rest, to figure out what they need to do to build a foundation again, and to do it quickly because they know that they're trying to work with Spirit, if there's emptiness inside of them, as soon as they walk away from the things that are making their life a little bit more toxic and things that don't serve them, it immediately puts them into this great fortune energy to move them into something that is going to be much better. And for the unavailable, you got mature man. And I said I was dealing with more of a masculine energy here. Okay, that Knight of Pentacles, right, is actually turning into the mature man here, looking at how they've been unavailable. And it can be a female, but it's just a more masculine energy being unavailable and understanding that they need to be there more. There's a coming together, and it's somebody's really contemplating on who they want to build their foundation with, and really trusting the signs that Spirit gives them. Because, like I said, co-create Spirit and then great fortune, they both break down to an 8 as well. So then you've got, I mean, if you co-create with spirit, you follow the signs, you will have great fortune. And just lay a solid foundation and make sure you get that moment to step aside and look at what you're really wanting. Because if you don't, there's not I mean, it can, but it's better to have the growing process, the metamorphosis, by stepping aside and resting, which is what is happening. So whoever picked pile 2 with the amethyst, I'm proud of you for being able to step aside, look at the situation clearly, and then assess what you're going to do after the fact and make sure that spirit has your back on this, that you're doing what you need to do, and you're walking away to take a clearer approach with a fresh set of eyes on the situation. I love it. All right, Moonstone. Come on, Moonstone. See what we got here. Lots of advice on this one. Okay, 53, breaking down to an 8, listening. This is one of my most favorite cards in this deck. That elephant with the greenery, it's just gorgeous. Mature, whoa, wait, okay. The Emperor into the Hierophant. Page of Wands. Queen of Swords. High Priestess. And then you got Vengeful. Sellout. And Power. To clarify, you got... Oh. Okay, we got the Mature Woman, number 6. We got Bad Health, 31, breaking down to a 4. And we got Journey, which is 10, which is endings to beginnings, okay? Give me just a second. Okay, so this is an interesting read as well. You've got someone who has stopped whatever it was that they were doing, just stopped. And it's more of a mental thing than it is anything else. They just stopped in their tracks. And it's almost as if it was like writing down pros and cons of a situation. You got the listening card with the Page of Wands, which if you look at that, he's listening to the birds, he's listening to spirit, he is following directions. You got the Emperor right in between that with the Hierophant. You've got someone who is owning their shit. I mean, they are taking care of their business, they are paying their bills, they're doing their job, they are investing in themselves, they are following spirit. This is the Emperor into the Hierophant, guys. So remember, this is someone who's very solid. This is an energy of someone who's got their stuff together, who knows where they want to go, but they're going into the Hierophant, which is number 1, first and foremost, spiritual. And first and foremost, really trying to follow the signs that Spirit's giving them. With this Page of Wands, that is really, really working on seeing the signs. And you've got the Queen of Swords and then the High Priestess after that. High Priestess is also extremely intuitive, really, really going within, okay? And moving into the Hierophant with that spiritual, having belief, okay? You could even be partnering up with somebody with the Hierophant. I don't see that here. I see very single energy. I see somebody leaving a situation, but it's an external energy. It's like as if there's this energy here that's listening, they're owning their shit, they're doing what they gotta do, they are going into themselves, they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, they're listening to spirit, they're speaking up for themselves with this Queen of Swords energy. They've been through some shit. They are not taking BS from anybody, and they're not gonna lie, they're not gonna just sugarcoat nothing, and it might hurt when they say it, because they ain't gonna worry about how they're saying it. They're just gonna tell their truth. And they are being guided by spirit to do it, and they intuitively know, in a sense, how to gain and have the balance of life, okay? Now, The things that we have of as far as shadow work was vengeful, sellout, and power. Okay, guys. What this I honestly think that with this energy here, it's I think somebody here actually intuitively knows that there's a power play being made. And I think that they are listening to spirit about vengeful energy around them or them themselves becoming vengeful and how not to let that energy get them that way. With the sellout card and the Queen of Swords, you know, there could be definitely an energy of not caring about who you're making happy anymore with, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, okay, if I say this, I'm not going to make this group of friends happy. Or if I say this group of friends are not going to agree with me or whatever. And trying to find that center where you don't feel as like a sellout to your own beliefs, right? And just be like, no, this is how I feel and this is what I believe. And this is what people feel on the inside, right? It's not a real thing. It's just how they're feeling. And so listening to spirit, not being vengeful, getting over it, being able to, you know, to tell it like it is. And, you know, I mean, this is definitely a lot of healing work done by someone who is very strong in mind and knows how to listen to spirit intuitively and knows when there's a beginning of something that can be fantastic, but also be able to look at the fact, I mean, we got mature woman, bad health, and journey. To me, that tells me that if there is any type of external energy, then no. Yeah, okay. If there is an external energy, somebody's traveling with this journey card to go to a mother figure who's in bad health, okay? That can definitely happen. And listening to spirit telling them to go. And, you know, maybe there's been a lot of hard issues between you and a mother figure, and this mother figure has a lot of bad health, and it's, you know, you got to go to them to help them, and maybe they didn't treat you right, and you got to get over the vengeful feeling so that you can move into the Page of Wands, which is full of ideas and creativity. How can I help? You know, let me help you. I have all this energy. And, you know, I think that okay. I also think that there's a masculine energy here that understands that being with a mature female, or maybe it's just a female they've been with for a very long time, okay? And it doesn't have to be a woman. It can also be a man, guys, because this is just energy, right? The Emperor could be a female, and the mature woman can be a man in real life, okay? The Queen of Swords can present itself as a man. The High Priestess can be a man. It doesn't have to be women. It could just be whatever energy is at play here, but there is a feminine energy, a nurturing energy that is having a lot of bad health, and somebody's having to leave to go aid them, or that person is going to be coming to wherever this person is, and they're listening to bring them in and to help them, and to, I mean, honestly, to help them. It's like, it's an act of forgiveness in a way that it's interesting. It's an interesting act of forgiveness, and it's almost like there was real sharp words between these people, and there was a misunderstanding. Yep, misunderstanding. And oh wow. Yeah, and then intuitively you know that there's this power player. Intuitively you know to give up the ego, to not keep trying to have a power play over somebody else. That's interesting. Okay. Advice, Bat Spirit, number 5. A rebirth is assured. Well, that's nice to know, right? 46, breaking down to a 10, which is beginnings or endings to beginnings, which is Peacock Spirit. Let it shine. 13, cat spirit, breaking down to a 4, which is about foundations. Claim your independence. Yeah, this is very interesting. Okay, let's move these so all these cards can come up here. 22, a master number, dragon spirit, truth transcends illusion. Wow. 65, breaking down to an 11, which is a divine number, whale spirit, trust in the great mystery. It is interesting. 32, breaking down to a 5, hawk spirit, let spirit be your guide. And then 48, 12, bring down to 3, porcupine spirit, time for a beginner mind. I love that card. This porcupine is like a warrior, man. And okay. So what this all says to me is there seems to have been some issues, maybe some miscommunication, and that is actually coming to an end because somebody's actually listening to spirit and understanding that maybe there was a misunderstanding as far as something's going on with the sellout and the vengeful and this power. This is things we're trying to get over or trying to work through. And for the beginner mind, I love the fact that a rebirth is assured, number 5, and then at the end of it, it is porcupine, time for a beginner's mind. So you're going through all this stuff, you know, the peacock spirit, cat spirit, you're letting it shine, you're claiming your independence, you're walking in your truth, you're trusting mysteries, you're walking in another path, and you're trying to go towards something that you believe is actually for you. And you're doing it with trust and faith, with letting spirit have your guide. You're walking through faith, not by sight at all. You are completely just doing what you think spirits want you to do. And you're going to get into the beginner mind because whatever this vengeful and sellout and power and all this stuff was, that's gone. Like, I can actually just flip that over because like that's this beginner mind. It's as if that stopped. And this Emperor card, if you notice, it's like 2 masculine energies right there. And it's almost like there are 2 masculine energies really listening to what is going on. And they're talking about it, intuitively coming together. And it could definitely even be a lot of people in the situation are having bad health. It's not just the mature woman. Maybe it's the feminine side of the situation. Maybe it's the feminine side of everyone in this, right? If we're balancing our masculine and our feminine with the Emperor here. Maybe the Emperor is listening and, you know, they're, as far as the masculine side of ourselves, listening, going towards what they want with that Page of Wands and a lot of, you know, I don't know, like the Queen of Swords is like just no BS and just going towards it and saying what they got to say and intuitively just doing it. But the feminine side of their self is very weak, and there could definitely be a vacation. There could be something that needs to go on to get this feminine side or the feminine energy in your life around you to actually get better as far as the health goes. I'm also feeling depression with this. I'm feeling absolutely like closing off and knowing that they need to move forward and do something, but feeling like they can't because of their health, but also allowing it to go ahead and go and claiming their independence and doing things from the scratch because they are letting spirit be their guide, and they are trusting the truth, and they are trusting the mystery, and they're letting their heart shine. They're letting the love shine because they are allowing themselves to be reborn because they are listening to spirit. Page of Wands, listening to spirit. This is amazing. I love this, guys. I love this. Yeah, if there's, I mean, this isn't feeling too much of like bad health. I think it's more as far as like just what it was built on can be very much, because the 31 breaks down to a 4. So, I mean, it could just be a bad foundation with the feminine energy that, and with this journey, it's a 10, so it's endings to beginnings. There can be a brand new beginning, a brand new journey with this mature feminine energy, and it actually is going to build a better health, a better future, a better, right? Because right now it's building is bad health. I just feel isolation with this. It's almost like they're They're wanting it with the 31, and then the breaking to the force, like that person, the mature feminine energy is like really trying to work with spirit, and there's like this other energy that just hasn't really come around yet, and then once it does, it just starts a brand new cycle. So, all right, guys, there are endings in this full moon and brand new beginnings. There's a lot of stuff going on. Remember, truth transcends illusion. Truth transcends illusion. Trust your independence. Trust the mystery. Let your heart shine. Be happy. It'll be all right. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I really appreciate all of you. Oh, wait. I almost forgot again. I'm telling you. Let me get these karma cards out. What are the cycles and stuff that we are doing and giving up? Now, anybody that's new that doesn't know, these are my karma cards, and there are 12 planets, 12 signs, and 12 houses. And when I do the full moon reads or the new moon reads, I like to see what is coming or what we are closing out. So right now we are closing out a cycle. So let's see what we got here. For the planets, please. Thank you. We've got Pluto. Of course, Pluto makes an entrance. For the signs, please. For this time period, for the collective. Thank you. In Cancer. Full moon in Cancer. Just saying. And this is for all 3 spreads, by the way. This is the energy of this moon and what it's supposed to be doing. So we've got Pluto in Cancer in the 7th house. So on this side, it is what we should be using through this time, or what we should have used through this time, and this is the outcome on the other side. So in our spiritual space, resurrect your feelings diplomatically. Wow. Okay. Mentally, get to the heart of attitudes from the past about relationships. Wow, guys. Holy crap. Get to the heart of attitudes from the past about relationships. Yep. And that's mental. I mean, that's thinking about it and getting clarity. Physically, do or die. You must use your intuition and get a fair deal. That's interesting. So physically, it was like mandatory that you use the intuition to figure out what's going to be best for you. That's interesting. Okay, hold on. Let's see what the outcome is. For the spiritual space, the need for control of intuition to protect balance. If that is not a correct statement, I'm telling you, that it's been so difficult, right? Like to keep the balance as far as intuition and trying to control what is what. Mentally, an obsession with attitudes from the past about cooperation. Yep. Wow. An obsession with attitudes from the past about cooperation. So in your mental space, you can definitely be stuck and really wishing somebody or something would cooperate with you and trying to even maybe fix the things that are in the past, because again, you know, these are retrograde season. This is full moon, so concluding things from the past. So your attitudes about the cooperation, how you should cooperate with others. Physically, a power struggle resulting from the history of your partners. Whew, it's just, right? This is so interesting. This full moon in Cancer is closing out any of that toxic, masculine stuff. And I think that's why it was so much more, certain ones are, of the piles was much more of a masculine feel to it, because it's like pushing out the stuff that's, no, wait, I'm not going to deal with that with you. I don't have to put up with that. And pushing out that masculine, even within ourselves, right? That masculine, and you get irritated and you want to just, Mars energy, go and do and create and all that stuff, well, it's got to be in much more of a healthy way, and finding that balance in it. And I think that that has definitely, I mean, that's what's closed up as far as, there might be a bit of a power struggle, but go deep and figure out why you're battling like that, and take that deep dive, like the whale said, and figure out why. Okay. And that was just for the last spread that whale was out there. But I'm just saying, like, just take the deep dive, trust the mystery, and figure out what physical power struggle you have. And if there is a power struggle as far as partners go, which is the issue, think of the history of the partners you've had and who you've chosen, and remember that everybody's just a reflection of ourselves, right? And so when you go back into the past and you think, okay, well, this is how I did this one, this is how I handled this, and this is how I handled this, and this doesn't have to be romantic, right? It could be any type of real relationship you have in your life that affects you. And when you do that, you really look back and you think, how did this relationship treat me? Or how did this person treat me, or whatever, then you can actually break away the bad attitudes from the past about certain situations and clear the air and move past it. And that is what this energy is about, guys. It's just moving past the negative, moving past the past that people can't seem to get past, right? And it's been hard, it's been difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm dealing with it too, right? Just trying to get past, 3 years ago, what happened, or 5 years, it's just little things that we're like, yep, I don't want to deal with that no more. I want to heal that. And that is just where we're at right now. Dealing with the choices of partners and the power struggles we've had with those partners, and what we really want to do to have balance and cooperation within ourselves. Right? Okay, guys. Thank you guys again for being here. Thank you guys for all of your subscriptions and likes and comments and shares and everything. I just appreciate you guys and just being here and exchanging energy with me. So hopefully somebody got something out of this. Even if it's just one, it's worth it, right? And I love you all, and I really, really hope everybody is doing okay, and that getting out of the emotional stage of this full moon into the active, passionate stage of going forward in creating, right? All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.